Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do a little video on my new front splitter. This is going to be my first combined Instagram and YouTube video, so very exciting. I'm down with the kids now, as I've now got an Instagram account and I'll be posting updates on there regularly. So I decided I wanted a new splitter for the car. My original splitter was an Elise 23 splitter, which was a great splitter and lasted really well, but it was starting to get a little bit beaten up. Now I have a bit of an opinion about splitters in that, yes, I could have put a carbon fibre splitter on the car, but I just don't believe on putting a couple of grand's worth of carbon fibre 3 inches off the ground, where it's going to take all the punishment, more punishment than probably nearly any other part of the car, and I would be having goosebumps every time I went over a speed bump. So to that end, I was looking for something a little bit different. I like the design of the splitter on the 400 series cars with the little up fins at the edges, for aerodynamic, but also mainly, to be honest, looks purposes. But I didn't want to pay out for a carbon fibre one or an OEM one and modify it. I discovered that Elise shop in Denmark were doing a fiberglass option, so I decided to take a punt and ordered one. The splitter came through, and it had a red lip painted around it, and it was finished in a smooth black satin paint. So I decided that I wanted to do some work to it. Essentially the splitter as it stood is a single layer of fiberglass on the top, which was rolled over on the outside edge, but with the fins, as you can see on the video here, at either side. So a couple of things I wanted to do to it. So I wanted to eliminate the red stripe. That was easy enough. That was just rubbed off with some wire wool, and then refinish the splitter in something tougher. I also wanted to fit a rubber lip, which I have done. The reason for that is that I had one fitted to my Elise 23 splitter, and I found it took quite a lot of the punishment away from the splitter if you do have a bit of a scrape. That was going to be difficult because the splitter is a single layer of fiberglass. So I had decided that I was going to reinforce the splitter. So I ordered a large sheet of 1.5mm thick aluminium and decided to reinforce it, and also at the same time that would allow mounting of the rubber lip to the aluminium to give it something much tougher to join to. That was achieved by basically bonding the cut aluminium sheet to the splitter using sealant, Tiger Seal, and then drilling it at regular intervals, and then attaching the rubber lip with both 3M tape using the primer accelerant and then stainless steel M4 bolts. With regards to the finish of the splitter, so I repainted it in a tough satin black, the same paint that I used on my original Elise 23 splitter, and then as an added extra measure I decided to paint the leading edge in something called Raptor, which, as you can see, has a texture to it. This is super tough, chip resistant paint. Apparently they use it in the 4x4 community a lot on their vehicles for off-roading. It's quite expensive stuff. It was like 30 quid just for a single can, but yeah, I basically sprayed it along the leading edge while taping it off so that it wasn't on any other part of the splitter, and I'm really quite happy with the finish, to be honest. I was wondering initially whether having those winglets on the ends was a bit too much, as I've already got the canards, but when you stand back from the car, and unfortunately it's difficult to do in the cramped area of my driveway, it still looks really good and aggressive. and I'm really happy with the finish of the item. So as usual guys, any questions, comments, comment below. There'll be in detail photos and descriptions of the build process on my thread on Lotus forums, and I hope to catch up with you guys again soon.